This is Meltdown Live, presented by MyBookie.ag. Use code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag for double your initial deposit. You sign on to make a deposit, they double it with code NEXTROUND at MyBookie.ag. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere. MyBookie.ag.
Hello and welcome in. This is the Meltdown. The sweet, soothing sounds that you're hearing right now is one of our backup microphones. I feel like a lounge singer, so watch out. EG is here with me, along with Tyler. We are broadcasting from the Culver studio. I feel like a war correspondent based on what I'm hearing.
Yes.
It feels like I'm having to keep my mouth.
I do think Peter Jennings in September 5th had a similar sort of setup to what you're doing right now.
I can't explain what has happened, but the monkey is still in the building.
Where is it?
It's in the closet.
Why have we not eliminated it?
We were going to do something for the 4th of July, and I think we need to.
I'm just going to take it out of its misery today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Malice.
But this microphone right here, I mean, we're just pulling back the curtain big time.
Oh, yeah. Let's just see if it works for just old time's sake. Nothing.
It just stopped working all of a sudden, and I don't know why that is. So we have a backup microphone because we are dedicated broadcast professionals. So, I'll be honest, I kind of like the idea of using it as a prop.
Me too.
Which is what I'm doing.
Feels right.
It does, and it fees like I'm hosting a game show.
And we're playing a game today.
We are playing a game today.
They're calling you Autobot Tim in the chat.
Is that what they're calling me?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick little check on the other end, see what you sound like.
That's perfectly fine. I am Tim Melton, and I am currently talking into this microphone, hoping that it sounds perfectly fine. Does it not? Our audio processing is all messed up?
No. I don't know what's going on today. Does anybody else sound bad? Chat,
Maybe Autobot is not a negative thing.
No. It sounds like you're talking into a fan.
Oh. Weird. Not getting the smooth sounds of the Meltdown.
Okay.
What is wrong with the studio?
I don't know. It's an open-ended question.
Before we end up creating a pure panic on the other end, I do want to ask, can anybody hear me talking about my friends over at Alabama Dental Associates? Because this is a very important piece of information that I have to get out. I have to get to you. They're located on Grants Mill Road. They're great at what they do. If you have a dental emergency, it's probably too late to get on top of those regular cleanings and checkups. But right now, you can prevent that future dental emergency by getting on top of your business, making sure that you are taken care of there with the team that I trust over at Alabama Dental Associates. Whether you have major work that needs to be done or you just need to go ahead and get checked under the hood, they are the team for you. Reach out and try Alabama Dental for yourself. That's Dr. Jeff, Dr. Brian, and Dr. Nolan over at Alabama Dental Associates, accepting new patients now, helping you feel at ease about all of your upcoming dental procedures. For more information or to make an appointment, call them 205-956-8977 or visit alabamadental.com, where they look forward to seeing you. Okay, Jason Collier in the chat saying Autobots don't have teeth. And Smuff says, I'm not listening to you about dentists. Deceptions don't have no teeth.
Decepticons.
Brian Pavlik, Tim, come on, ride that train. Introduce Come On, Ride That Train by Quad City DJs and tell everyone it's time for scooter races.
Okay.
That is my history. Make sure if you're going to foot race, you do not have socks on. I have seen many of grown women take a tumble because they wanted to foot race with socks on.
That seems very poor.
It's a very bad idea. So, Daniel says normal now.
Good.
Jason says just cleared up. Jason, obviously, whatever Tyler did, it worked.
Did you use?
Did you know what you did?
Check 1 2 check. No, nothing.
Pretty much just like did the off and back on again.
Oh,
for settings.
Cool.
And going through pages of settings. I'm very tired.
You're good.
Of our studio equipment just deciding to take a vacation. 4th of July is not till next week, studio.
Did you guys enjoy my What's in My Bag silently? I enjoyed doing it.
I don't know if anybody saw that. I'll be honest about this. This feels like a drumstick in my hand. This feels like
an ice cream cone.
Like an ice cream cone. It feels summery. So we're going to try so hard here to get together a little segment that we call 10 with Tim.
Heck yeah, we are.
I tried to play some music, and all it was sad trombone.
Oh, no.
That sounds right.
Kind of fitting.
Yeah. Okay, let's try this. I think we got it now. Boom. Oh, it's time for some Tim with Tim.
Let's do it.
This is the most anticipated Tim with Tim of all time.
Hit me.
Because this is a train wreck. Here we go. Question number 1 is simple, and it goes to Tyler Lionel Johns. Tyler, what's something as a kid that you remember saving up your money for?
I remember now.
Yep.
A PS Vita. Now this was
It's a lot of money to save up.
Oh yeah. These were expensive little boys. They were. It was the spiritual successor to the PSP, and they promised just amazing graphics, like touchscreen controls. You got 2 analog sticks on there instead of 1, and then no studios decided to make games for it. So you could get a bunch of indie games, some Japanese games, be it like RPGs and stuff like that, which I played a lot of. And that was about it. You had like this just sort of neutered version of Uncharted you could play that was rated T, and there was a touchscreen or not a touchscreen, but a touchpad on the back of the PS Vita as well. And that thing was a nightmare. It was so gimmicky, and like you'll like use your left stick and then like the X button to jump onto a vine like you would in any other game. But then to climb up the vine, you've got to like shimmy up with like the back touchpad of the PS Vita. And it was the worst thing in the world, and that's why no one has one anymore, and why no studios decided to make games for it.
That would not be your last bad run-in with technology.
Yeah.
No.
Be one of your early ones, but not your last one. What's something, EG, that you saved up for as a kid?
Yeah. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Mine was a glass chess set. I saved up all summer for a glass chess set. I spent about $75 on it at KB Toys. And then I got it and realized that I had nobody to play chess with.
That's brutal.
Still looking for somebody to play chess with.
I don't remember saving up for this, but I remember spending my $10 allowance a week on this, and it was a golden retriever little figurine on a keychain, and when you like, there was a little tab on the back, and you pushed it, when it opened its mouth, it was a flashlight. I still have it, actually.
Sounds like your investment was worth it. I still have my chess set.
Wow.
You still have your PS Vita?
No, they didn't make any games for it.
There you go.
So it's just a brick that I ended up selling.
Tyler, where do you stand on the Frito pie?
Delicious. It's a symbol of America, is what it is.
Wow.
If you're a real patriot, you got to go.
What do you like in yours?
Chili, cheese. If you got a little onions, dice up some onions.
You talking about a walking taco?
A what?
It's a Georgia thing where you try to correct us as we're dumb Birminghamians that don't know how to talk about certain food items.
Is that like where you put something in a Frito bag?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
You put it in a Frito bag? You put it in the bag?
That's the traditional way of making a Frito pie is like you take the bag and then you open the label side. I'm not saying you have to. You can just make it in a bowl like that would be the way I would do it if I was making it at home. Yeah. But the way that like
Cookout.
Like Cookout or Sonic would do it is they'd take a bag of Fritos, open the label side,
chili,
then
cheese,
put everything
sour
inside.
cream.
Yeah.
And what did you call it?
Walking taco.
Okay.
That's what they call it, Cookout.
Got it.
I wasn't introduced to this American delicacy until college, and I'm very high on them.
You like it?
Yeah.
You're a chili fan?
Yeah, I'll do, and I only get them at Cookout, but Fritos, chili, sour cream, cheese, lettuce.
A friend of mine named Brett makes an awesome chili, and I got to get you guys to try it. It's fantastic. But I'll tell you this, I'm kind of picky about my chili.
Yeah.
I don't like beans in my chili.
Oh, I like beans.
Oh, what?
What do you like a meat sauce?
Look, I hate giving food takes where immediately everyone turns on me with pitchforks, okay? Get the big monster.
I mean, without the beans,
It's
you've
just meat sauce.
Yeah, you've just got like basically spaghetti sauce. Yes.
My wife hates me.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Number
Okay,
three.
Tim. I didn't.
She loves beans and chili.
Yeah, kidney
Yeah.
beans.
I don't love beans and
Pinto
chili.
beans.
And it's caused a rift.
Okay.
It's
Well,
caused a rift because when she makes chili, her
dream chili.
home recipe calls for beans. And my home recipe calls for no beans.
Okay.
But I don't make it.
So
so.
you have to eat the beans.
Well, I have to complain about it until she doesn't put them in there.
Now, I think if you're doing like a hot dog, like no beans in the chili's
Yeah,
probably better.
agreed, agreed.
It's just
Yeah.
more practical for the hot dog.
But I put rice underneath my chili.
So
okay.
there's a lot of people
Can't
they
back that
go
up, EG.
chili, cheese, corn chips. You can add salsa,
Yum.
refried beans, sour cream, which I think is a
love
good.
sour
That's a good one. Onion, rice, and some jalapenos.
That sounds fabulous.
So there we go. Frito pie. We move on to this. Question number 3. EG. Why haven't I done it the whole time with a handheld? This is so much more fun.
I like it.
Who is someone that 1,000% looks better bald compared to with hair? Does that
Oh.
question make sense?
Yeah. I don't know a lot of bald. You know who looks fabulous bald? Ush.
Well, I was not going to let you take that answer. Just
Okay.
because y'all start putting out some, I hate to say it's PG rated content. Get what I'm going there? PG rated. You got Ush shirtless at the pool, parading him around, just trying to
We have
get easy
people,
clicks.
People, yeah, we have to give the people what they want to see.
Y'all are trying to just get the easy clicks, those flesh clicks.
Yeah.
And I just think that is a
Cheap way to go.
cheap way to go
Yeah.
by putting him out there on display like that. So y'all should stop.
But
So
Ush,
other than Ush, who is someone that looks better
I mean,
bald than with hair?
Can it count as a buzz cut?
No.
I don't know a lot of hair to bald.
I'm talking about it can be a famous person.
I know, and I'm trying to think who's a bald famous person. Pitbull.
Okay.
That's a good
Pitbull.
answer.
That's actually a really
Boom.
good answer. And
Thank
it's one
you.
you actually believe in, I can tell.
Yeah.
Okay. It shouldn't have been that difficult. It wasn't a trick question. But some people just look better bald than with hair. It's that simple. I can list off 20 of them right now, probably.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not going to because it's Tyler's
Tyler.
turn.
Jim Dunaway. It's the truth. I think he actually does.
I believe Tyler is
believe
genuine in his
Tyler as
heart, but I hope that this never surfaces
I,
anywhere.
I agree.
There's no chance he's watching. Love you, Jim.
All right. Number 4 or number 5? Whatever you want.
This is number 4. What's a dance song, EG, that you find to be highly annoying? So this is a song that if you're at the club,
Cupid Shuffle.
okay.
Get it out.
That's an.
Yo, Cupid,
people,
Cupid.
People still play that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a skating rink gym.
Oh, bleh.
That's a skating rink banger.
Turn it right, turn it right.
To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left.
Now kick, now. Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to do the whole thing.
Oh,
Tyler,
sorry, monetization. Apologies.
you're good. They're not going to confuse us with
kidding.
Cupid. But I mean, there was a video that went
It's been a
viral.
joke every time.
There was a video that went viral of Nick Saban doing the Cupid Shovel.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't like line dances in general.
Got it? Tyler, what's a dance song that you find to be highly annoying? You're at the club
The club.
and this song comes on and you're like, oh my gosh, cut it off. What is it?
I don't know if this was just like a college bar thing,
Mhm.
but like in Auburn, they would really go heavy on like early 2000s club music. So you would hear a lot of like Fat Joe and like Cupid Shuffle. You'd hear just all these people that you're like, wait, why is this playing in the big 25?
Yeah.
We're listening to Usher still. We're listening to R. Kelly. What are we doing?
Yeah. Good stuff. Most of them either behind bars or on trial.
Amen.
We move on to this. Would you consider yourself, Tyler, to be a heavy sweater? When you sweat, do you feel like you're a heavy sweater?
I don't think so, because I know some people who were like ridiculously heavy sweaters.
Yeah. Like
I played soccer with a guy, and we had a 3v3 team, and since these are small-sided games, each game was only like 30 minutes long. He would take off his jersey at the end of the game and wring it out like a towel 2 and 3 times before he put it back on for the tournament.
Man.
That's a bad sweater.
That is a bad sweater. EG, I know in the wintertime you like a heavy sweater.
I love a heavy sweater.
But we're not talking about fashion.
Yeah.
We're talking about body function. Would you consider yourself to be a heavy sweater?
No. I think I undersweat, dare I say.
I felt like at one point in my life, I was a heavy sweater.
And then
I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm a heavy sweater. I don't feel like I'm a heavy sweater now. But I will get splotchy in the summertime. Meaning like if it's piping hot 90s, which is what we've been experiencing, and I have to walk long distances,
You'll get a little damp.
I'll get splotchy is the word I would use, which is an awful word to use to describe yourself.
The
Splotchy.
only like space that I get like sweat is my nose. That's it. And it accumulates little droplets.
You're like the Rudolph of sweaters.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we're already over halfway done with this.
Yeah.
Over halfway.
We're cruising.
Question number 6.
Let's do it.
Name one athlete, EG, that you think it would be a nightmare to be a personal assistant for.
Oh, LeBron James. I didn't even hesitate.
Very quick answer.
That would be a lot.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
You'd have to make sure those tacos are ready to go.
And that would just be dealing with, brawny, little brawny.
There's a Bronny and a little Bronny? Or is that the same person?
I can't. I'm already stressed out.
Bronny.
Bryce.
Holding little Bronny paper towels.
Yeah.
What would be your answer here? Who would be an athlete that would be a nightmare to be a personal assistant for?
Athletes.
Any sport. You're thinking. I got one.
Who?
Shadur Sanders.
No, that could be anybody with the last name Sanders could be a little bit of a frustrating thing. Antonio Brown. Now I know he's retired.
That's the best answer.
But that would be you'd constantly have to have papers ready to flee the country, which I believe he's done.
I mean, his personal assistant now is out of a job.
Unless they went with him wherever he's at.
Some video surfaced of him in the Middle East.
Oh. Well, yikes. Anyway, good answer, Tim. Next. EG, you're not a fan. But describe the perfect hot dog.
Oh, a Denny dog at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Halftime of a big game. Sun has set. It's warm in my palm. I'm unwrapping it on the sideline and then putting the tinfoil into my pocket.
Okay. Less about the process, more about the dog.
Respect the process. This hot dog, I don't like hot dogs, but this hot dog changes my life. I think there's sauerkraut on it. I don't like sauerkraut. I think there's mustard on it. I don't like mustard.
Yeah, Denny dogs come with mustard and sauerkraut. It's delicious.
I don't like either of those things. I don't even like hot dogs.
That's kind of the way to go if you're ever in New York and you're getting a New York dog there from one of the carts.
Okay.
Got to go mustard, sauerkraut, and onion. But the onion is like
There's onions on the Denny dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is life-changing. I didn't experience it until my time in Tuscaloosa. And like that, it refuels me. I have had people, media members, go grab me one from the press box and bring me a couple, slide them to me on the field. And if you look close enough, third quarter, I may be eating a Denny dog in the end zone. Keep that between us.
Hope you got some Denny dogs headed your way this football season.
Me too.
Tyler, describe the perfect hot dog.
Man, I can't go Denny dog because EG just took it, but that is like the best hot dog.
An Auburn grad.
Yeah, I grew up going to Bryant-Denny though and getting Denny dogs at halftime.
Is there a food item more associated with the 4th of July than hot dogs? I would argue ribs is in the conversation, but hot dogs I feel like is always looked at.
And hot dogs?
Watermelon, hot dogs, fireworks, which are not food, but are definitely associated with the 4th.
What about the bomb pops?
Yeah,
the red, white, and blue popsicles.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah. I feel like hot dogs, though, I mean, that's just an American
hot
staple.
dogs number one.
love America.
I cannot pass up a hot dog cart if I see it out in the wild. I've got to stop by. I got to check their
shame in
numbers, see what's going on
No
there.
shame.
But Tyler, your perfect dog consists of?
I do like Auburn's version of their high-end dogs. They got a Kaneka sausage dog, and I'll put some relish and some mayo on that. That's real tasty. But Denny dog is better.
I'm
Fully loaded.
big fan of the hot dogs, for sure. All right, we move on to this.
Oh no, I also had the Sonic the Hedgehog chili dog in Atlanta.
You sure did. Overpaid for it.
I definitely did.
I like ketchup on a hot dog. I don't care what anybody says. I know that
Why is that a thing?
Ush likes mayonnaise on his hot dog, right? That's what he
I
said.
like mayonnaise on my hot dogs too. It's okay, Ush.
Doesn't make any sense.
I'm here for you.
You know, it just depends on where you are in the country, where they make fun of you on your hot dog order. But
Yeah.
I like ketchup on a hot dog. I'm sorry. Sue me, as
I
some would say.
remember watching Man vs. Food as a kid, and the guy visited a place that would not serve you ketchup.
Correct.
They didn't have it. They didn't stock it.
Weird.
And if you were one of those weirdos that bring ketchup in for your hot dog, you were shunned.
Shun me all day long. We go to this. Tyler, did you ever have any issues with learning how to swim?
Other than just like being afraid at first, because like before I actually like learned how to swim, I went to the to Gulf Shores, and a big wave knocked me off of a little raft.
Oh,
We almost lost Tyler.
Yeah, no, we really did. I wasn't
Oh.
wearing a life jacket.
Oh, wow.
oh my
We
gosh.
really did almost.
Oh, my gosh.
I went under, and my dad couldn't find me at first, and then my head bobbed up, and he grabbed me.
Should have went to him second.
I know. I
EG, you
had-
ever had any problems with swimming?
No, I don't
Okay.
remember pre-swimming. I just always swam.
I remember kicking my instructor right between the legs
Oh, no.
and them going, "You can't do that," and me thinking it was funny because they reacted very violently.
I'm sure they did.
But now, when I'm with my young one in the pool, I'm like, "You better not kick. Do not kick." So payback. You know what they say it is?
Yeah.
Awful.
It's true.
We go to this. Question number 9. We're almost
We're cruising,
it's
people.
been an experience, but it hasn't been belabored.
No.
It's
We
been
haven't like extended their suffering. Yeah.
Question number 9. What is something, EG, that you prefer to do completely alone compared to doing it with other people that you know? So this can be something where you're going somewhere where there's other strangers.
Game day.
You don't want anybody you know there.
No. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. I'll see you afterwards.
I feel like your family travels with you a lot on
Every
game day,
game.
though. This was a message being sent.
No. I love that they're there, but it would be my personal hell if I had someone like attached to me for that process.
Can you even enjoy going to games as a fan, knowing that?
Because I'm like, I need
Yeah.
to be down there.
Right.
Yeah.
I would think you would be jonesing.
Yeah. I'm all like, it's hard for me to like not want to be working at a game. But I guess that was, I don't know, because I love having my family and we always have a good time and like love the support. But I guess I'm imagining if I had to do that like with someone and like do that whole process instead of just like see you guys like pregame and postgame, especially like sideline. I like to be like prepping by myself.
Got it. Well, good answers there.
Thank you.
Tyler, what's something you prefer to do completely alone compared to doing it with other people you know?
Sorry, Tim.
You're about to say something hurtful.
Sorry, Hunter.
Movies. Airport travel is my second one.
You know, tonight we're all going to the movies together, Tyler. This
Yes,
really
I know.
bums
I'm
me
not
out.
sitting with y'all though. I got my own seat.
Tyler refuses to sit with us, and I respect it.
You
Why?
like sitting in the back corner of the theater, and I like sitting like third or fourth row and in the center.
Wait,
These-
third
they're-
or fourth row, like front?
Yeah, in the big prime theater, like fourth, fifth row. That's like perfect spot for me.
Too much.
No, I don't get close enough where you gotta crane your head back.
In the Prime Theater, I do not like sitting on the back row. I've never chosen to sit on the back row in the Prime Theater. I like sitting dead center.
Yeah.
Right there up the middle. Road G, if you're looking for me, Road G. Okay. This is the final question. I can't believe we're already here. 10th question. EG,
Yeah.
what is the scariest movie you've ever seen?
Scariest movie I've ever seen would have to be. Well, when I was younger, it was The Wizard of Oz, but that was like the only movie I was allowed to watch, so that kind of scarred me for more reasons than one.
A lot of people share that story. So
Really?
you're not alone. No, you're not alone on that. The Flying Monkeys gets a lot of people.
For me, it was The Wicked Witch. The Flying Monkeys were very unsettling. I did, in fact, spit on the Wicked Witches going forward in life to melt them.
You know, they're doing a restoration of this movie, an expansion of this movie, and they're showing it in the Sphere in Las Vegas. Is it something you would...
No. I mean,
No,
I'm
you
not
wouldn't
like,
seek that out?
No.
Try to overcome that fear?
No, I mean, it's a great film, but I just still look back, I'm like, why did you guys let me watch The Wizard of Oz as a movie choice?
A lot of kids watch The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, over, like, Disney Channel.
Right, I got it.
Yeah. But I would have to say it would go under that Annabelle one.
The one you didn't watch. That
I
you
didn't watch it.
turned
That's the
around.
problem. I didn't watch a lot
Yeah,
of things
doesn't count.
completely. There was a thriller. I want you guys to see if you can.
There were two answers I was not going to allow today. Ush as a sexy bald
And
man.
Annabelle.
And Annabelle being something that
Okay,
you actually watched.
There was a movie I saw in theaters in circa 2015 to 17.
Okay.
Okay. And in this movie, it was a psychological thriller. I remember this. There was a relationship in it and a stalker situation. Man stalking the woman. She had a glass wall in her house. Someone's brakes got cut. That's all I remember. And I remember it kind of was a little spooky. Anything coming to mind?
That ringing a bell for you, Tim?
Dark-haired actress.
No.
I was gonna say Speak No Evil, but that's
No, it
wrong
wasn't-
time, and also main actress is blonde.
Relationship gone bad.
Relationship gone bad.
Brakes get cut.
Brakes get cut. 2015, 2017 era.
This is a movie that had
I saw
some sort
in
of...
theaters.
in
Daniel
theater.
says, "Was that Nocturnal Animals?"
Let me see.
There's no way. Jake Gyllenhaal,
That'd be a crazy pull.
Amy Adams. Is that the one?
That might, yes.
That movie's a tough watch.
I haven't seen this one.
Yes, that's it.
Good job, Daniel.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's impressive, Daniel.
And that's from the logo, my friend.
Yes. Yes, that's it.
Okay. Well, that movie scarred me for different reasons.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, just take it, and we're going to give Daniel the win. Don't try to correct him now.
Or was it Nightcrawler?
No.
No, I don't think you've seen.
Hey, Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler's great. though.
Nightcrawler's up there.
Nightcrawler, he does cut brakes in that movie.
That's true. He does.
But it's not a relationship gone south in terms of like male-female. It's like a competitor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways.
Okay, we're just going to give Daniel the win. Good job, Daniel.
Good job.
Daniel, you're so right. Okay, Tyler, what's the scariest movie you've ever seen? Now, I know you want to go Saw.
I mean, when I was mulling this over, I was tempted to go there just because I always tell that story, but I'm tired of telling that story, and it's not really reflective of the question you asked. Because, what's the scariest movie I've seen up to this point? It's difficult.
I do think, and I'll give you some time to think here while I'm going on my monologue, holding my cord here. What I think as well is that when you see something is as important as what you see. I've always told the story about when I was 5, I watched Jaws. I had T-ball tryouts. The next day I wouldn't run the bases because I was scared the shark was going to get me in the infield because it looked like the beach. It looked like sand.
It's awful.
Killed my baseball career. Jaws did. My mom was very upset. She tried to bribe me she said, I'll take you to the movie store and let you rent the Jungle Book. And I wanted to tell her, Mom, I'm a man now. I watched Jaws last night. You're trying to bribe me with the Jungle Book. Now, if it's Jaws 2, maybe we can negotiate something here. But she ended up getting a registration fee back. But Jaws was crippling. And I think a lot of people, when they watch it young, Jaws is very crippling. However, is Jaws the scariest movie I've ever seen? At the time, absolutely. But overall, there's no way I can say that Jaws is scarier than a lot of other stuff I've seen that's really messed up. So I'm in that same boat as you, Tyler.
Yeah.
Of like, what is that thing that really, for me, the thing that like really upsets me, upsets is maybe not the word, but always leaves me thinking for days after about just how messed up it is a movie called Funny Games.
Oh, okay.
So
Invasion.
it's a home invasion movie, but it's like, as an audience member, you feel like you're trapped too. Like you can't wiggle out of the vice grip that is that movie. So Funny Games for me is a pretty messed up movie.
Didn't they remake it, but it was like the same director and basically same story, but just American?
It's a shot-for-shot remake. Yeah, it was Naomi Watts in that one, along with the guy from Reservoir Dogs and the guy from The Incredible...
Michael Madsen?
No. And the guy from The Incredible Hulk, who played the bad guy in that movie with the Edward Norton version.
Oh.
He's in Pulp Fiction as well.
Oh.
Why can I not think of his name? Somebody will throw it in the comments there. But do you have his name right off the top of your head?
Tim Roth.
That's it. Tim Roth, Planet of the Apes, 2001
Yes.
with Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. Yes. He's great in that movie, even though the movie's not great. So do you have your movie for scariest movie?
So I think this would qualify more as disturbing, but, well, the same thing.
I went the
more or
same
less.
route.
Yeah. The House That Jack Built from Lars von Trier. Have you seen it?
I have not.
So basically, Jack is a serial killer, and it takes place from his point of view as he goes about his day, and it's just a look into his mind and how all of this stuff kind of plays out. And the movie like cuts back to each of these incidents and how it happened, but the main plot is him walking with Virgil from Dante's Inferno on the way to the afterlife. Virgil's taking him to hell
It's pretty
to
messed
pay
up.
for his sins as a serial killer.
That's pretty messed up.
Yeah,
awful.
it's pretty disturbing, but I would recommend it. It is if you're into that kind of darkness, then that one hits.
Okay. Well, those are some good answers. You got 10 great answers. The music quit right on cue, so we appreciate that. And that was Tim with Tim. I appreciate you guys being opened up there and everything, and thank you so much. Tyler, is there anything in the chat we need to get to before we move on to our final segment of the day?
Yes. So Nick in the chat says he likes his hot dog plain as well, but only when he takes it out of the fridge and eats it cold.
Oh. Oh.
And I love how open our chat is, but man, you should have kept that to yourself. That's foul.
Watch out for botulism. All right. That was more disturbing than any of the movies we just threw out.
And then Hunter says, I'm hurt. Sniff, sniff. Tyler, you might as well have come to my workplace and smacked me across the face.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys, but
it's your sanctuary.
I do prefer to go to movies alone and relax, but it doesn't mean I don't enjoy hanging out with you guys.
Oh, that makes it slightly better. Let's do this. Let's get to a Meltdown countdown, because I have tasked EG with coming up with 5 fast facts about Formula One racing that may help us with our movie that we are going to go see tonight all together, me, Tyler, and Hunter, even though Tyler refuses to acknowledge us there in the theater.
We'll be filming together.
I'm doing, what is the word? How I'm doing? Exaggerating. EG,
Yes.
are you a Formula One fan?
Yeah.
Okay,
I like the vibe.
I got it. Give me your first fast fact.
Okay. The first fast fact. Drivers and teams travel around 90,000 miles in a year.
Meaning,
The F1 season spans over 20 races across 5 continents, with drivers and teams traveling around 90,000 miles in a year, testing physical and mental endurance.
that does not include the miles they put on the actual track. That is simply from point A
Yes,
to point B to point
90,000
C to
miles.
point D. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it is a global thing.
Yeah.
I remember the one in
Austin,
Vegas here.
Vegas.
Yeah. But
Pretty interesting.
definitely. Okay, what's next?
Number 4. There has been no driver fatalities since 2015. It's pretty interesting.
It's 10 years.
Yeah. It was deadly in its early decades, but innovations like the Halo device introduced in 2018, there have been no driver fatalities since 2015.
I hope us and that blasted monkey popcorn bucket that's here didn't just ruin that streak. Yeah. Tyler, I feel like you got something you want to add here.
When you started that, I thought the year was going to be much earlier. I don't know about you, Tim.
Meaning like 2005 or something?
Yeah, just something that wasn't. It's like they've had a good track record of no deaths for 10 years.
I mean, it's a pretty action-packed Daredevil type experience there. I don't know. I'm not shocked by that number.
Yeah.
I mean, how many are there in like other types of racing, like NASCAR?
I mean, here in the South, people.
But I mean, F1 is going faster, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 230
definitely.
miles is the
What? Oh, I didn't know it was that fast. Okay.
Formula One cars can reach speeds of over 230 miles per hour.
Is that one of your fast facts?
I mean, it was kind of it baked into one, but we can.
Okay. You just.
All right. Well, I stand corrected. I thought they didn't go that fast.
Oh,
but
well,
faster than NASCAR.
Sounds like you're in for a action-packed event tonight, my friend.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Okay, number 3. An F1 steering wheel costs over $50,000.
Wow. Way more expensive than the steering wheel that I posed with today for our thumbnail.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. $50,000 just for the steering wheel?
Just for the steering wheel, over $50,000, and is a complex control hub with up to 25 buttons and dials, allowing drivers to adjust engine settings, brakes, and more without taking hands off.
Which one of these is the radio?
No. I wonder if they listen to music.
I doubt it.
I imagine that would just take up weight.
They have to
for
be
like speakers and the actual like stereo system.
Aren't they talking with their teams and stuff? And I'm sure that we'll know a lot more after tonight. I'm going in as pretty much an F1 newbie tonight, and I'm wondering how, as someone who doesn't know really anything about the sport other than there's wheels and fast cars and a bunch of people who pay a bunch of money to go to these events, like what will I learn about the actual sport itself? And so I'm just trying to get prepped for that, and this helps. What's next?
Next up, drivers must weigh at least 176 pounds, including gear.
So it's like a reverse horse jockey.
Yeah. And you can add like ballasts to balance you should you need more weight.
That is fascinating.
That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
balance it out like like one of the little soapbox cars or the little Pinewood Derby cars you make in Boy Scouts.
I remember those Pinewood Derby races and stuff. Yeah. I was never a part of it, but I always thought that was so cool.
I won one.
Really?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
That is a big deal. Congratulations.
Yeah, the paint job was ugly, but I just put all of the weights at like the center of the bottom of the car, and I don't know, it just worked.
Man, that's awesome. That's a good fast fact right there about Tyler Lionel Johns that I would have never known.
Yeah, I was a bit of an F1 driver myself.
It seems like it. You're going in tonight as a pros pro.
Yes. All right.
Is this your final fast fact?
Final fast fact.
This moved way too fast. Continue.
F1 cars generate so much downforce, up to 5 tons at top speed, that they could theoretically drive upside down in a tunnel.
That makes sense.
Isn't that crazy?
As long as you start on the ground and then work your way up. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It's just, physics.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I'm not going to act like I know anything other than that. That's going to do it for today's show. We were happy to be able to bring this one to you. It was a little bit of a different type of show. If you're listening on podcast form.
So sorry.
Well, I was just going to say I hope you enjoy my docile tones. But also we do apologize. We're going to work on trying to resurrect this microphone. I don't know what happened, but we'll figure it out.
I don't know what happened, but I blame the monkey.
I do too. We will get it situated. Make sure if you are a race fan, hey, you can bet on anything, anywhere, anytime over at MyBookie.ag. Use promo code NEXTROUND for that first-time deposit bonus. They're at MyBookie.ag. We will see you again tomorrow. We are going to go see F1 tonight. We'll give you our review here in studio, live on the show tomorrow before everybody gets a chance to really see it on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we will be tracking its success because this movie took a lot of money to make. We will see if that is on screen or if someone patted their pockets after a very successful Top Gun Maverick rollout, and this is just sort of like a, hey, do whatever you want, but here's a big pile of money from that. We'll see if it lives up to the hype with our review tomorrow here on Meltdown Live, 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern.